Residents in the small Bay of Plenty town of Matatā are gearing up for a legal battle to be able to stay in their beachside homes. The Whakatane District Council has essentially given them an ultimatum. Sell up at market rate or prepare for the land that you live on to be rezoned so it's uninhabitable. Now, it comes after a massive amount of debris washed down into the settlement in 2005, destroying 6 homes at the base of the Awatarariki fan head. After the $20 million clean-up was complete, the council told people they would be able to mitigate future risks and that they could continue living there. They've since backtracked and say the risk is too great and shifting people away is the only option. Residents say that's rubbish and they want to be able to decide their own future. Our reporter Nita Blake-Pearce and cameraman Nick Munro are in Matatā.
Rob Pearce has lived in Matatā for more than 20 years, and for 14 of them he's been dealing with constant uncertainty about the future of his home.
I mean, I get stressed. I'm on Champix at the moment trying to give up smoking, but I'm puffing more than bloody what I usually do.
He's one of dozens of Matatā residents who were last night told they would receive market rates for their homes if they leave.
That's all it's about taking the liability off them. And whether it ruins a person's life, well, that's just part of the game. The way I look at it is you've got 19 houses, and I'm talking about the container houses as well. And if you average, say, 3 people per house, that's 60 to 80 people that have got to migrate out of Matatā because there's no houses in Matatā ready for sale, let alone rentals. Whakatane and Ahopi, we're not even going to mention Ahopi, but Whakatane is the same. Rentals around New Zealand are hard to get. So where do all those people go? And then you've got their jobs. So to me, it's probably going to be a 6-year process of it going through all the bullshit. But that's 6 years with a roof over our head.
Rob Pierre says it wouldn't have mattered what price the council offered. He doesn't want to leave his home and doesn't believe he should have to. The Whakatane District Council disagrees.
If we gave you right to stay there, what about the people that visit you? What about the grandchildren that come? So therefore we are responsible and we cannot get out of that. So that was considered.
Whakatane District Mayor Tony Bond says he understands some want to stay on their properties at all costs, but the council isn't prepared to let them do that. It will apply for a change under the Resource Management Act later this year to have the land Rob Pearce and other residents have their homes on redesignated from residential to a reserve. Bottom line, that means no one can build or live there.
We're not going to actually use any big stick. So we're going in with the package. It's a very fair package, and I would think the majority will take that package up in the end, and we'll just have to wait and see, because they're prepared to take that through the courts and they want to put their case forward.
The council last night told residents they had a month to consider the offer, but is considering extending that. Council representatives at the meeting said a handful of the 34 property owners who received the offer had already indicated they were interested in selling up. Margaret Thatcher has lived in Matatā for 4 years. She says she will consider the council's offer if it gives her a fair price.
I'm open to listening to them, I am, but I don't trust them. If they offer what I pay for it again 4 years later, I won't be taking that.
But she accepts she's in a much easier position to move than others.
We're originally from Gisborne, so there's not that emotional tie. In the same token, I do love it here, and I wish I didn't have to move and be in that position. I love my neighbours, you know, in this little spot. But if the council come with the write-off, we may have to move, yeah.
Rob Pearce won't be going so easily and says if the council do manage to change the law to take their land away from them, the effects will be felt well beyond their backyard. Jesus,
it's going to set a big precedent for the rest of New Zealand. And I mean, you've got councils waiting for this. You've got places like Coromandel and Whitianga that, if this goes through, it's going to make it a lot easier for them. You know, if it's going to cost too much, it's easier just to get rid of people.
But he's not banking on that happening anytime soon.
We've been through 2 mayors, 3 CEOs, and we're still going. So the mayor will be leaving this year. I don't know how long the CEO will hang around, and we'll just keep going.
In Matatā for Checkpoint, Nita Blake-Pearson.